We're gonna need a lot of coffee to get us through this video. As can be seen, I put on my most comfy attire and I have my coffee because I needed to be very comfortable and happy to be able to deal with this, you know? Hello, Shoddy Bays. Hello, besties. Welcome to the vehicle. You know what that means? It's video time. I'm clearly not in my car. As you can see, there are no flowers on the roof. My car has recently passed away. Well, not really. The battery is just dead. So basically, I'm not in my car, as you can see. Hopefully, I will be back in there soon. Cheers, first and foremost. So, Shoddy Bays. Today's video was highly requested a while ago. I don't even know how long ago. A while. I did a video where I read 1-star reviews of my favorite books and I got very offended. And for some reason, you guys loved it and you were like, please do more. So here I am. Ready to cry. I'm always ready to get offended. I'm always ready to get disrespected. I'm down for the cause. Let's do it. As we all know, I have many favorite books. So honestly, this could keep going until the end of time. Part 1, if you haven't seen it, I'll link it in the description below so you could watch it. It was All Your Perfects, The Spanish Love Deception, It Ends With Us, Love in Other Words, and The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. And in this one, I picked 5 other of my favorite books. I'm ready to get really sad by these 1-star reviews. Obviously, these are my favorite books. So these are all 5 stars for me. And I will be giving you a little bit of a description of each book as we go. But very quick, because since these books are my favorites, I've talked about them nonstop. We're here for the reviews. We are here to get sad, you know? Let's get to it. There will be no spoilers in this either. I'll just be telling you, like I said, very little descriptions about the book, little things here and there. If one of the reviews contains spoilers, I'll just blur it out for you. I was also thinking, obviously you guys know that my number 1 is Addicted Calloway, right? I could do a video like this where I just read 1-star reviews of Addicted Calloway books. Oh my God. No, never mind. I don't want to. Oh, but I will for you if you want me to. But oh boy, because so far in these videos in part 1 and now in part 2, I've only picked standalones. But if you want, I could make a whole Addicted Calloway one. I could go into Ravenhood. I could do my favorite series if you guys want to see that. Let me know. Let's sip some coffee and get ready. My poor babies. Here they are. Archer's voice. The fine print. Reminders of him. A not so Miku. And lastly, still beating. You know what, y'all? Let's remember that this is all a joke. You can have your own opinions. You can hate the books I love, and I can hate the books you love. And, you know, we all have different opinions. This is all for funsies. Let's remember that as I cry. Let's start with The Fine Print, shall we? The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. Y'all know I love this book with all my heart. I love this series with all my heart. Look at this cover. How can you say anything bad about this? So, real quick summary of what this book is about. It is Rowan and Zara, and you get dual POV. Rowan basically goes to be a boss at Dreamland, which happens to be kind of like a Disney World. And he does that because his grandfather left him a will, him and his brothers, but he can only get his part of the will if he does the thing that the grandfather told him to do. And his happens to be the manager at Dreamland, the manager, the boss, you know. And he goes to do that. And that's where he meets a beautiful, sunshine, awesome Zara, who is a worker there. She submits a proposal one night, a very drunk proposal to Rowan about the rides in the park and criticizing it and how she could make it better and all of that. And she lands her dream job. He gives it to her. And so there's forced proximity, there's workplace romance, there's boss employee, grumpy sunshine, so much groveling. Rowan Kane is the king of groveling. Everything and more. Rowan is everything. And this book I felt was very magical because, you know, it's set in Disneyland. There was disability representation in this book as well. And Zara is Middle Eastern, which I loved. There is diversity in Lauren Asher's books. We love to see it. I love this book. I love this book so much. There's also spice. What more do you want? I'm already getting offended. I haven't even read the reviews yet. Okay, let's do it. I don't write reviews, but this book was so boring. Oh, forgot how much I hate the word boring. Okay. This book was so boring. I had to. Honestly, like a Dollar Tree version of 50 Shades of Grey. What? What? Is it? No. I'm gonna move on. Very predictable. The usual guy meets girl. Well, yeah. They have to meet. The usual guy meets girl, falls in love, blah, blah. Only read if you want to die. What the fuck? Oh my God. Only read if you want death, basically. So I guess I chose violence because I read it and I constantly go back to my annotation. I'm just waiting for death at this point. Oh my god. The usual guy meets girl, falls in love, blah blah. They couldn't even like continue that. They were just like, guy meets girl, falls in love, yada 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 yada. It's okay. Another book to the list that Book Talk overhyped. Oh, not me being one of those people that hyped this book on Book Talk.
I hate the word overhyped.
Overhyped just means that a book is popular. A lot of people liked that book, and you happen to be one of those people that didn't like that book, which is perfectly fine. But how is that overhyped? Anyway, 1 star. I don't want to talk about it. Honestly, I can respect that. They were like 1 star. I don't even want to discuss it. I don't even want to get into it. It was just 1 star. And they moved on. I respect it. I don't agree, but I respect it. This was so bad. Like, it could have been so much more. And it just was not. What does one even say to that? All they did was just get straight to the point. This was so bad. It could have been good, but it wasn't. You had a chance to make it good, but you didn't. And so, 1 star. Now this one, my personal favorite. Are we ready? Well, that certainly was a book. Listen, facts were spoken there. They weren't wrong. It is a book. All those reviews I just read, ignore them. Ignore them and just listen to me. Look at me. Look at me. Go read it. I love you. Mwah. Don't take any of what I just said to heart, baby. Up next, Archer's voice. I love Archer's voice so much. So Archer's voice follows Archer and Bree. It is also dual POV. I'm actually pretty sure all the books I have here are dual POV. They are! We love that for me. Bree moves to a small town in Maine to forget everything that's happened in her life. She has lived some traumatic experiences and she moves to get away from it all. And she meets Archer Hale. He is basically the town's reject. Nobody talks to him. Everybody just kind of leaves him alone and he lives his life by himself. And when Bree meets him, it is an instant connection there and she wants to get to know this man that nobody talks to. This book is everything. They form a friendship. It is definitely a friends to lovers. It is definitely trauma bonding. This book is very, very emotional. I would definitely search up trigger warnings. There's a lot to this book, but it is beautiful and so worth it at the end. You know how in books, usually you see the guy being the experienced one and he's like the alpha male and all of that. Archer is the opposite. He is the innocent, inexperienced, and Bree is like the alpha. It was really refreshing to see that in a book. It was just so sweet. The small town feeling. Bree was amazing. Archer was amazing. Just Archer's voice is one of the best books of all time. I want to see someone say something bad about it. So let's do that. I am so stunned that people rated this book 5 stars. Please do not read it. As I just said that I rated it 5 stars and told you to read it. This is in capital letters too, so homie was serious. It is one of the most toxic relationships I've ever seen. What? The soulmate trope is so toxic? How? How so? I think this is one of the most innocent, pure loves I've ever seen. Like, if you're gonna tell me, like, some mafia romance, you know, relationships are toxic, I'd be like, all right, you're right. Who says I'm not toxic, though? What are your dreams, Archer? I whispered, wanting to know what was in his heart. He brought his hands up and said, I didn't know enough to dream you, Bree, but somehow you came true anyway. How did that happen? How is that toxic? This man walked in a thunderstorm to her house so she wouldn't be alone because he knew that she didn't like thunderstorms. This man is the sweetest there is. Are you kidding? Toxic. It is so bad, I want to give you a 0, but that's not possible. So I give you 1.5 stars. They did say it was so bad they wanted to give it a 0, but then they gave it 1.5. So that half means it was fantastic. Go read Archer's voice. If I wanted to read about stupid men being... Stupid man? Archer Hale? Absolutely not. If I wanted to read about stupid men being stupid men, I wouldn't read romance. And don't even get me started on Bree. She was the worst part of this book. If I could give 0 stars, I would. Because not even the convoluted, very non-sensual plot, who did not take on the characterization and personalities of the characters, could go over my head, boiling in anger at everyone in this disaster. What the I'm not gonna lie to you, Miss Queen. I don't know what you just said. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that they didn't like it. Oh, I just got a leg cramp. Oh, that's how much that hurt me. It just hurt my body. The amount of winking in this book. That's why you gave it 1 star? There was a lot of winking? Was there really? Let's see if we can find any winking. Ready? Random page. Here we go. He looked over at me and winked. Okay, that was just a coincidence. This person was just like winking? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not on my watch. No. No. Nope. No. I get what you're saying. I hear you and I understand you. But have you considered this? Yes. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Have you thought about that? Because if you thought about that, then maybe you'd switch your rating from a 1 to a 5. So think on it and get back to me.
But we're close to tears.
I love you. I love you so much. Next up, Shoddy Bays, we've got Still Beating. I love this book. I love this cover. This is a very dark romance. So before I even discuss anything about it, please search up trigger warnings if you're going to read this book. It is very dark, and I know that dark romances are not for everyone. So make sure it's for you before you get on it. So it follows Cora and Dean, and they have known and hated each other for many, many years. He happens to be her sister's fiance, and he has been with her sister for quite a long time. So one night, Cora is out with her sister and Dean and her sister leave early. And when Cora goes to leave, she can't find her wallet. So she calls a bunch of people to pick her up, but nobody can come. And so she calls Dean and he comes to get her. And then they both get kidnapped together. It is very emotional. It is very dark, but it is one of my favorites ever. It is definitely my favorite dark romance. That's for sure. Now let's read everything everybody hates about it. Ew. Let me start off by saying I love dark romance books. The storyline was very dark, and that's fine. But this book, where should I start? I'm not like other girls. I'm a cool girl main character. The cigarette smoking, Camaro driving, dating your sister bad boy. Ew. I live for books. I've never hated a book. I love spicy books. This, it makes no sense. Her attitude the entire time is gross. The way she's treating what's his name in the basement. What's his name? She said, I do not want to recall. The way she's treating what's his name in the basement when he's trying to help her. Gross. I'm sorry for those that like this book. That's me. It's okay. Apology accepted. My favorite part is the review starts off with, ew. They said Summer Roberts. Ew. He is with the sister for 15 fucking years. It's not a spoiler because that is in the back of the book. I have no explanation for that one. That is true. This was really bad for many reasons. They said, I don't want to tell you them though. It was just bad for many, many reasons. I don't want to get into it.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
This one's a really good one. Nah, gotcha. Oh wait, this one's even better. Not my cuppa. You know what? It is mine though. Cheers. I love me some dark romance. Give it to me. Give me the darkest you got. I'm ready. Anyway, this is a beautiful love story. If you like dark romances, I think you would really like this book. It's still beating. You're still okay. And I still love you. You need more reason to read this book. There was a supernatural reference. I know you want it. I love me some Winchesters. Jennifer Hartman just has the best references because in one of her other books, she also referenced Sons of Anarchy. And I was like, yes, Jack's motherfucking teller. Anyway, got a little carried away there. Still beating. Ignore all those other reviews. You just listen to me. I am the captain now. Moving on, y'all. We've got a Not So Miku. I love this book. I know the cover has a man on it. Ignore the man. Just the top of it is so, so cute. And also Miku follows Huxley and Lottie. Once again, dual POV. And this is very much a romantic comedy. Everything that Still Beating was, this is the complete opposite. So this is if you're in the mood for a light, funny, fun read. Basically, Huxley happens to need a fake fiance and Lottie happens to need a rich husband. And they run into each other one day when they both need it the most. And it is anything but a Miku because they instantly don't vibe, but they both need each other for certain situations that I won't tell you why. And so they obviously strike a little deal. So this is fake dating, forced proximity. There is the billionaire aspect to it because my man's is fucking rich as hell. We love to see it. This book is so funny. If you're in the mood for something that you're gonna read like this is it. I was in a reading slump and I read this book in one sitting because I loved it so much. It is hilarious. I love Huxley Kane. It is spicy. I also really related to Lottie. And there's gonna be a second one because in this book you meet Lottie's sister Kelsey and Huxley, one of his brothers, JP. They're gonna have a story as well soon. So I'm very excited. Let's see what people have to say, shall we? If you want to read a book about two immature liars, this is for you. Oh my god. Lottie is a giant bitch. on top of being a liar. And Huxley is a massive dick. I think you meant Huxley has a massive dick, in which case, yes, you're right. That was such an aggressive review. Long and boring. That's what she said. And the heroine is annoying. I also really related to Lottie. The heroine is annoying. Maybe I'm annoying. A lot of people say I'm annoying. I feel like they have to be right. We're gonna embrace it. So what are we gonna do at this point? Change who I am? Absolutely not. It's too late. This book has such high reviews, as it should. And I was so excited for it, but it was such a letdown. Maybe I'm not the target audience? Oops. Also, his name is Huxley, and I feel like that says enough about him. Everyone at home named Huxley is just sobbing right now. Another TikTok recommendation that I didn't like. Swing and a miss. What we learned here today from these reviews is that the name Huxley is unacceptable. Last book of the day, Shoddy Bay's Reminders of Him by my queen, Colleen Hoover. Y'all know I love Miss Colleen. This book is everything to me. I love it so much. I've already talked about it more than enough, so I'm sure you guys know, but it follows Kenna and it follows Ledger, dual POV. Kenna just left prison after 5 years and she wants to reunite with her 4-year-old daughter. So she goes to the town that her daughter is at, but the people in her daughter's life do not want her to be a part of it, except for Mr. Ledger Ward, the local bar owner, and they form a connection, but the more their connection forms, the more it affects other people's lives. This book basically really shows that there are a million sides to one story. You might need to search up trigger warnings for this one as well. I'm not 100% sure. Any Colleen Hoover book, I feel like just search up trigger warnings, you know, to be on the safe side. Here we go. Here we go. This one's gonna hurt. It took me so long to read this because one, it was such fucking bullshit. I hated it. I hated it so much. I really thought Colleen would put her entire Khaleesi into this. Shut up. Oh my God. I really... No, I need a break. No, I need a second. Hold on. I really thought Colleen would put her entire Khaleesi into this, but she failed. I thought her writing was absolutely horrendous and the characters were annoying and awful. It was so predictable. But whatever. Yo, what's up with you and calling people annoying? Goddamn. Annoying, boring, and embarrassing. I hate those words. It's probably because a lot of people call me annoying and a lot of people say I'm embarrassing. Probably why I hate them. Boring, I don't know where that came from. Because if I'm annoying, I can't be boring. You know what I mean? So at least that's a win. Constantly taking W's out here. I felt 1 star was generous. You felt 1 star was generous for this book, for this masterpiece. 1 star. Generous? Generous means showing kindness towards others. A larger or more plentiful than is usual or necessary. An example in a sentence would be, it was generous of them to ask her along. Or a generous sprinkle of pepper. No, I'm forced to believe that that was a typo. This ain't a coho book. Well, honey, you've got a big storm coming. Basically, magical vaginas... Basically, magical vagina solves problems. No, no. Last one says, they say if you have nothing nice to say, then don't say anything. Yeah. Listen, I love you with all my heart. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'm done. This was very upsetting. This was not educational at all. This did nothing for my self-esteem. This did nothing for me in general, but hopefully it brought you some laughs. I'm doing this for you, not Hermione. If you want to see me do this specifically for Addicted Calloway, I can pick my 4 favorites from that series because I have my 4 favorites, as I've told you before. I can do that. Or if you want to see me do it with like Ravenhood, I can do that. Just let me know. I love you so much. I hope you have a great day.